Meeting to order.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Can we do the invocation and pledge of allegiance?
If you'll bow your head and pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, please look over us tonight and help us make our decisions that are in the best interest of the city and its citizens. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Make an amendment to add. Present.
Present.
Three's here.
At large is here.
Four's here.
Five's here. Pete's here. Six.
We got a board. We got a,
Four.
I don't think, hadn't heard anything. Has anybody heard anything from
Let's
Jesse?
just
I just
check it.
texted him, but I didn't.
All right, we'll move on.
All right.
So this should let us show Jesse not here. All right. Now, can I get a motion to open the public hearing on 307 White Harbor Road?
Start, Mayor, we're going to start with the
FY
public
budget.
hearing for the budget.
Oh, that's right. This is the old agenda.
Here, you need this one?
No, I got it. I got it.
This is
All
public
right.
comments.
Public comments, okay. First one is FY 25-26 budget. I need to open, can I get a motion to open the public hearing? Got a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Keeney, if you would, just give us a brief overview of the budget.
Sure. This year's general fund budget will, we're budgeting revenue of $14,234,454, which is an increase over last year's projected revenues by $436,000. Total expenses for general fund are $14,233,747, which is an increase of $543,000 over last year's budget. Water sewer budget is a total of $8,569,235 in revenue, which is a $259,000 increase over last year, with expenses of $8,568,545, which again is a $259,000 increase over last year. Both the general fund and water sewer budgets balance.
Any further discussion?
Do we need to spread that for the minutes?
I think we just call a motion.
I'll make a motion that we close the hearing.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt the budget.
No, we won't do that till next Tuesday.
Yes, this is just the public.
This is just a hearing.
Yeah.
So let it be shown the public hearing is closed. And we going, at the end of this meeting, we'll recess it to Tuesday, and we will adopt the budget on Tuesday. All right, next one is, can I get a motion to open hearing on 307 White Harbor Road?
Motion.
A motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. If you would, Emma?
Sure. Notice of hearing was posted on subject property 307 White Harbor Road, Long Beach, Mississippi, on August 6, 2025, by Zoning Enforcement Officer Dale Stogner, and mailed to Emily M. Wilson, 307 White Harbor Road, Long Beach, Mississippi. Notice was returned to sender on August 27, 2025.
All right, can I get a motion to spread that across the minutes?
Motion.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Anyone in the public here to talk about 307 White Harbor Road? No one being shown. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Adjudicate.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to see us deem this in compliance. It does look like the grass is cut. I don't see any issues with it myself. Now, it's not my ward, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but just, that's my motion.
Are these the most updated pictures right here?
They're dated today, yes.
Okay, because, yeah, as of the minutes being made on Friday, it wasn't done. So
Yeah.
it must have been done over.
Yeah, the date stamped photo, bottom left is, well,
Pass that one down?
9/8.
yeah.
I thought those were the ones in our packet.
No. Pass them back.
Yep.
He wants to see them.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely cut.
Better.
I don't see any issue with it.
There you go.
All right, we got a motion on the floor.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next, Have a motion for a public hearing on 210 Miranda Lane.
Motion.
A motion,
Second.
second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, if you would? Emma?
Notice of hearing was posted on subject property 20010 Miranda Lane, Long Beach, Mississippi, on August 6, 2025, by zoning enforcement officer Dale Stogner, and mailed to Benjamin Patterson, 20010 Miranda Lane, Long Beach, Mississippi. Notice was not delivered.
Can I get a motion to spread that across the minutes?
Motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do we have anybody in the audience here to talk? Looks like someone had signed up to talk about the.
Owner and.
Right here.
He raised his hand back there.
You want to come up to the microphone, please?
Yes, I've been cleaning up the property. I just need a little bit more time. Got it pretty much cleaned up, though.
How much time you thinking you're going to need, sir?
2 weeks. I'll have everything done.
Mayor. We get his name and address for the minutes?
Yeah, if you would, your name and address for the record, please.
Ben Patterson, 2010 Miranda Lane. 2010 Miranda Lane.
So you are the homeowner.
Correct.
He's asking for 2 weeks. Okay.
When is our next,
16th, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
and you think you'll have it completely cleaned
Positive.
up?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to give you
Well,
discussion.
I'll make a motion to.
Wait, we
adjudicate.
still have, we still have
we're
more
still in the
comments on it.
open, I think we have, okay, Mr. Patterson, if you'll give us just a second.
We got somebody else to
Yeah.
talk?
Anybody else to, in the
All
back?
right, we got another,
Okay.
if you would, we got one more person to talk. Thank you.
There.
Please state your name and. for the
Address.
record- Address for the record.
Anthony Seal, 20023 Miranda Lane. I have more questions than anything. This is the second time. The house doesn't currently have power, is my understanding. I've looked for ordinances online about occupying a dwelling. Do we have anything like that without power or living in your car in front of the house? Are there any kind of ordinances like that? Because that's the situation here.
So there is no power currently at that house? Is
As far as I know, there's not.
that true? There's no power at your house? Mike, is there any ordinances that,
Thing we have on, as an ordinance, is you have to be hooked up to water and sewer. It does not say anything about electrical.
he's currently hooked up to water and sewer?
I know.
Okay.
And this is the second time in like a year, the whole cleanup thing, and it just got worse, so.
Okay. So this is the second time this particular piece of property's been on,
I don't know the exact date, but it's probably within a year.
all right?
So that was my main thing. I just want to clear up if you can occupy a house without power.
Well, and according to Mike, our zoning,
Power. You have to have water and sewer, but you don't have to have.
all right. The main thing is, Anthony, we're gonna give him 2 weeks.
Well,
Well, go ahead, if we got further
yeah.
discussion.
Mr. Seal, you have anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Make a motion to close the
close it.
public hearing.
Yeah.
Are we finished discussing?
No, we're not.
Discuss after.
I'm-
We're not finished.
We can discuss after. You close
All
it
right,
for
so
the,
we're gonna-
that's why I was saying that.
You wanna make a motion?
I just wanted to remind the board that it's not been uncommon for us to give them up to 30 days. I don't have a problem with extending it to 30 days, provided he makes an effort to get that done. If he can do it in 14, more power to him, but
Well, we notified him on August 6th. Letter, saying
so it's
clean
been
it up.
about,
So,
it's been 30 days.
just-
Yeah. Okay, I'll retract that.
Just, yeah,
Can I
just
get a
close
motion
it
to
and then
close
we
the
can
hearing?
discuss. I have a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now, let's action forward.
I make a motion to adjudicate, but we'll have Mike keep an eye on it for the next 2 weeks, make sure it gets cleaned up. If not, we'll move forward with cleaning it up.
Second that motion.
All right, discussion. So don't come back in 2 weeks, because this is going to be your 2 weeks to have it cleaned up. If it's not cleaned up, we're going forward. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is public hearing, 300 Park Row. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, if you would?
They're on your left.
Notice of hearing was posted on subject property 300 Park Row, Long Beach, Mississippi, on July 31st, 2025, by zoning enforcement officer Dale Stogner and mailed to MSTREO LLC, 4747 Executive Drive, Suite 210, San Diego, California, 92121. Notice was delivered on August 5th, 2025.
All right, can I get a motion to spread that across the minutes?
Motion spread.
Got a motion, second, all in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Is there anyone here to talk on said property?
They're coming down. No, he asked if there's.
Nobody is here, can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. What's the pleasure of the board?
Did you guys all look at it?
Yeah, they did.
All right, is there a pleasure?
Let them look at it and then,
Are those from today?
yes. Jess, is that your ward?
It is.
Okay. In speaking with Mike, just discussion-wise, in speaking with Mike, the tenant there is actually a renter, and she has cleaned up some. Yeah, she's cleaned up. No, but what I'm saying is the tenant that occupies it is making the effort, and we haven't heard anything from the property owners. I'm just throwing that,
And it was received, but he's.
that information
they have
out
still
there.
not
Yeah,
Responded.
so, Jesse, I'll yield to you, sir. It's your
Yeah.
ward.
I make a motion we adjudicate.
Second.
Got a motion, and a second to adjudicate, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one, we've got public comments. Is there anybody here for public comments?
You just
All
call.
these three, the top.
Philip? Philip here? Dustin Clark? Yes, sir. Come on up, state your name and address, please, sir.
My name's Dustin Clark. My address is 20175 Lovers Lane here in Long Beach.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to address, I know it's a little further down the agenda, but the lease negotiations, just wanted to urge the board, the council members and mayor to suspend negotiations until a public non-binding referendum can be held. It's my understanding one was held in 2006. I think everyone would agree. Most people's hearts and minds were in a much different place. And since then, we've had a whole new generation of voters that we now have. And I think it would just be wise and a show of good faith, a good gesture by the city to hold some sort of referendum to see what the public thinks now when it comes to a casino here in Long Beach. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Philip and Ann Tomini? Either one's here? There you are.
They're
Okay.
actually on the agenda.
Yes, sir, they're actually on the agenda.
Yeah,
So we
Yeah, you're
can,
going to come up when we do for the
new business.
new business, but you're here to,
they want to state their case,
Yeah.
so they can come back up under number
Okay.
3.
we'll bring you back up then.
All right, thank you.
Sorry. What is this on?
Looks like Anthony already told
Somebody
me.
needs to have better, oh, I can't- what is that?
Garden, so that's,
Who's here from 22091 Pineville Road? Is that? It looks that way. Church Garden? Is anybody here to talk about that? Somebody signed in.
That's on the agenda, too.
That's on the agenda down. This is public comments.
Which one is that on?
4.
That's going to be number 4.
Oh, we have someone here.
Mayor.
They're on the agenda.
Okay,
Dr. Jingles. Yeah.
let's go ahead and take this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, we'll go ahead and take this. Just say your name and address. We're skipping down to the community garden.
My name is Nick Barr. My address is 22091 Derrick Road, Pass Christian.
My name is Dr. Richard Jingles. My address is 6420 Beetline Road, Long Beach, Mississippi, and we're both members of the First Methodist Church, Long Beach.
Yes, sir. What can we do for you?
We desire to put a church garden at the corner of our property, some of which is part of a dedicated road, some of which is part of the railroad right-of-way, and we've been mowing it for years. Just want permission to put the garden there so that the community can have the benefit and the church can have the benefit of the fellowship of people working and doing what they want to do.
Mayor, if I could elaborate just a little bit, Dr. Jingles contacted me about this 7 to 10 days ago. To be specific, it's the area just where right located where the dumpster is. If you recall, across the street, the building with the stone and gem lady, then there's kind of like a pole barn behind that, and then immediately behind that to the west is the area that he's talking about. Dr. Jingles does have the implements and the manpower to do this on his own. He intends not to put a fence around it. He does intend, and if I'm speaking out of turn, Doc, just let me know, he does intend to put a sign out there for the community to help themselves. Take what you need, just don't waste anything. As the board recalls, we did something similar over at Greenvale, and they would like to do the same thing at the Methodist Church.
So it's on the Methodist Church property, it's not on the CSX Railroad property?
And some of it's on our easement, is why they're here asking.
Has nothing to do with the railroad?
Correct.
We can't give permission.
That's what
We
it's
can,
gonna say.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can give for our
I think it's a great idea.
right-of-way,
I
but
will make a motion to allow them to use the city right-of-way property right there for their community garden.
I'll second that.
I think it's great. I appreciate y'all doing it. I walked through there on my way to Crunch. I have to walk over the tracks there to get to the other side. I think that would be fantastic.
Thank you.
So us, can I have a motion to?
Yep.
You did
We
the
have-
motion, got a
and
second, all in
second.
favor? Yep.
Second.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank y'all so much, and if you need help, let us know. We'll come down there and help you. Appreciate it.
so we took care of.
All right, so now we're getting back up. Public comments are done. Remind me when I get to these.
Yeah, I will.
The next one is announcements, presentations, and proclamations. We've got 3 of them tonight. One's the National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, if you would.
Miss Rebecca Merrill.
Yeah, she gonna, go ahead.
Whereas more than 15,000 children under the age of 19 will be diagnosed with cancer in the United States in 2025, including more than 120 in Mississippi, and whereas approximately 1 in 263 children in the United States are diagnosed with cancer before their 20th birthday, and whereas cancer is the leading cause of death by disease among children in the United States, and whereas nearly 500,000 survivors of childhood cancer are alive in the United States today, and whereas by age 50, more than 99% of childhood cancer survivors have had a chronic health problem, and 96% have experienced a severe or life-threatening condition caused by the toxicity of the treatment that initially saved their life. And now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Timothy I. Pierce, on behalf of the Long Beach Board of Aldermen, do hereby designate September 2025 as National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Is Rebecca Merrill here? Oh, there you are. Come on up, let me.
Which one is Mississippi chapter, American, yes. Doug. I'll butcher it. Yeah.
You ready? Okay. This proclamation recognizes suicide as a preventable national and statewide public health problem and suicide prevention as a national and statewide responsibility, and designates September 2025 as Suicide Prevention Month in Long Beach, Mississippi. Whereas in 2023, suicide was the 11th leading cause of death overall in the United States and the 2nd leading cause of death among individuals aged 10 to 34 years. Whereas in 2023, 2 in 10 high school students seriously considered attempting suicide, and almost 1 in 10 high school students reported that they had made at least one suicide attempt in the past year. In Mississippi, there were 457 reported suicide attempts. Whereas over 90% of the people who die by suicide have a diagnosable and potentially treatable mental health condition, although often that condition is not recognized or treated. Whereas organizations such as the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention envision a world without suicide and are dedicated to saving lives and bringing hope to those affected by suicide through research, education, advocacy, and resources for those who have lost someone to suicide or struggled themselves, and urge that we recognize suicide as a preventable national and state public health problem and declare suicide prevention to be a priority. Acknowledge that no single suicide prevention program or effort will be appropriate for all populations or communities. Encourage initiatives based on the goals contained in the 2024 National Strategy for Suicide Prevention and the Mississippi Suicide Prevention Plan. Promote awareness that there is no single cause for suicide, that suicide is complex, that risk may increase for a person when multiple contributors, e.g. mental health conditions, substance abuse, and physical health conditions, and pain and past trauma, converge in the context of stress, and that when a person has access to lethal means, they may die by suicide. Develop and implement strategies to increase access to and the delivery of quality mental health, substance use, and suicide prevention crisis care and treatment and recovery services. Therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Timothy I. Pierce, Mayor, City of Long Beach, on behalf of the Board of Aldermen, do hereby designate September 2025 as Suicide Prevention Month.
Is Doug here? This is a good one. This is, I think,
Recognition of Rosalie.
yes.
Mr. Buddy Ray.
Rosalie Station after 30 years. You got
Yep.
30 years.
In recognition, Rosalie Car Wash, 30 years of business. Whereas Rosalie Car Wash has proudly served the citizens of Long Beach, Mississippi for 30 years, providing dependable service and contributing to the vitality of our community. And whereas Rosalie Car Wash is a family-owned business built on hard work and dedication, with Buddy Ray and his son Brad Ray serving as equal partners and leaders in continuing its success. And whereas, through 3 decades, Rosalie Car Wash has exemplified the spirit of local enterprise, creating a welcoming place for customers while representing the values of family, perseverance, and commitment to quality. And whereas the City of Long Beach wishes to recognize and honor Rosalie Car Wash for its lasting impact on our local economy and community life. Now, therefore, Mayor Timothy I. Pierce, Mayor of the City of Long Beach, on behalf of the Board of Aldermen, do hereby recognize and congratulate Rosalie Car Wash on the celebration of 30 years of outstanding business in Long Beach and commend Buddy Ray and Brad Ray for their dedication and success.
I didn't realize I was going to be the one to turn to the.
Now, may I speak? You better believe it. Okay, first of all, I want to thank you and the City of Long Beach for this. First off, I want to thank you and the City of Long Beach for this. Secondly, I want to thank the citizens of Long Beach for allowing this to happen. They are the greatest. We would not be here without their support. The next thing, by the way, I had a PowerPoint set up, but my wife fixed that. She said, you ain't going to have to PowerPoint. So, and the next thing is, the name Rosalie Station Car Wash, how we got that. This municipality previously was known as Rosalie, and then later as Scott Station. So we stole part of those 2 names, and that historical site where we are was where the radishes and the Capitol was right there. So we thought it was important that we keep that name and preserve that for the City of Long Beach. So anyway, we hope to be here for a while longer. And again, thank y'all very, very much.
Thank you,
One more thing.
One more thing.
By the way, we're going to celebrate for a full month. So we got a little card we pass out at the car washes. It gives you a little history about Rosalie and Rosalie Station and how the town grew and how it changed. So that might be interesting to you. And we're going to give some show enough specials. And we just got a contract with that electronic billboard right by us. So So watch that billboard, because we're gonna be giving away years' worth of car washes if we can get this guy to announce it every once in a while. But we probably give the best, the 3 best washers we got, we're gonna give every week, we're gonna give 1 year of those away. So, there should be some there for everybody. So anyway, again, we thank the city of Long Beach, and we thank y'all.
Well, thank you so
Thank you,
much
sir.
for 30 years. Well, I'll tell you something, how time flies. It seems like that thing hadn't been there 30 years. My gosh, it has. All right, moving right along. Any amendments to municipal docket?
I do have one under new business number 7. To have on there, I want to add short-term rental committee to the discussion.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, next one is minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the Mayor and Board of Aldermen minutes of August 19th?
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is approve the August 22nd special meeting and executive session. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next one is to approve the Planning Commission minutes of August 28th. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve everything except number 1 under unfinished business. I'd like to discuss that separately.
Okay. All right, can I get a motion then to approve the minutes with the exception of item 1?
Correct.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. When are you wanting to come back and address
Going
it?
to do that now.
All right, so now we're in discussion of that item number 1.
Tree removal. I have no problem with most trees on the property. There was one, the tree board met with the property owner, and they came to agreement the tree at the road doesn't need to come down. They just want approval to trim it, but allow them to take the remaining trees down. So I make
So
a
the
motion.
tree board approved all the trees, and now we want to take
Except,
one back
they
off.
they had a discussion with the property owner and agreed to leave the one at the road. So I would
Okay.
like to make a motion to allow them to take everything down except that one, only trim that one.
We got a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is approve the docket of claims, 090225. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is unfinished business.
Mr.
Request-
Mayor? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I stepped on you.
We got a request for contributions, Carnival Association of Long Beach. Jennifer Glenn.
Ms. Glenn was not able to make it this evening. But, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve this contribution. Every year, the Carnival Association puts on the parade here in Long Beach. They are a nonprofit, and everything that they do raise through the year goes back to our local charities here in Long Beach. So for that reason, I'd like to go ahead and approve it under this year's budget.
And that request is 5,000.
Yes, sir.
I'll second.
We got a motion, we got a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I have some discussion, Mayor. While I am a practicing member of St. Thomas Catholic Church, as are several of us here on the board, if you recall, meeting before last, we had an individual from CASA ask for a $1,000 donation. At that time, we felt it necessary due to budget restrictions to disapprove that. And I just feel like it's incumbent upon us to not consider who the requester is, but the consistency of our reply. And I just wanted to add that before we take a vote.
I wanted to say a couple things too. Thank you, Pete. We do contribute to that carnival by the street cleaning, is about $1,600. I think the other one, what was the other one?
Portalets.
Portalets, $1,400. So the city does contribute to that parade of $3,000, and it doesn't include the overtime for the police and our recreation group. So we are contributing to that, and I feel strongly like Pete, we've already said, when you look at the budget, we already had to cut $1 million out of that budget. I personally don't think it's the appropriate thing to do at this time, only because of the budget. I don't think we've ever contributed to this parade in the past. So that's just my comments on that. I don't have a vote, but it's going to be.
So, Mr. Mayor, not
Sure, go
to,
ahead.
but let me kind of just fill in some blanks. When the city donates money to Cruising the Coast and Jeep in the Coast, these are all economic drivers that bring people into our city. This parade is an economic driver. We do also, as a city, we donate to those factions. They're not nonprofits. The other thing is we also supply the portalets for those events as well. Not that I'm pointing it out, I'm just going, we have given, this is an organization that gives back in our community, and Cruising the Coast is, coast-wide. Jeeping is more than just Long Beach. And that's the reason I brought it up, just kind of more information out there so everybody, whether you approve it or decline it tonight, I just want to make sure that I'm explaining as much as possible for everybody so that when we vote.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to say that I agree with everyone said about the contribution being, going to a good cause and so forth. However, being a member of St. Thomas Church, I'd like to recuse myself from this vote. I feel like I would not be in a good position to make a decision on this, so I will recuse.
Joey recusing himself from this vote.
And so just one other thing, that the organization is a Catholic-based organization, but it's not just for the Catholic Church. It is other nonprofits as well. And again, I just want to make sure that I'm giving out all the information that I can possibly give. So,
I appreciate that. I just feel a
No,
little conflict.
I have no problem with that
I feel a
at
little
all.
conflict and I feel uncomfortable. I just have to recuse.
Yep.
And I would say, I'll say one more thing, and then y'all can vote. We are contributing to this event. We've never been asked to do this before, except last year, and they pushed it to this year. We're in worse financial shape this year than we were last year. So, and like he said, we've already turned down CASA. So it's a pleasure of the board. Just remember, the budget is very, very tight.
And just to clarify, I'm proposing out of this year's budget, the current budget, not the upcoming.
How is there enough in this current year budget?
I have to look, but I think there's still some left in promotions.
Got a motion out there to approve? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Any dollar, not sure how much is in that.
The last time I checked, there was $8,500 left in that account.
I'll
That's
say
been a
just
while.
because there's an $8,500 balance in there, that was just a budget. Since then, we've got a $250,000 bill from Harrison County Wastewater District that we didn't plan on. We've got an increase in insurance that we didn't plan on. So there are a lot of things that we need to make sure that we take into account when we're doling out money to good causes. But I just ask that you be careful. So we've got a motion on the table to approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
Recuse?
Aye.
Nay.
Nay, for the reasons stated earlier.
3-2. Motion.
4-2.
4-2. Motion passes. All right, next item. is new business, special event application for trunk or treat by the First Baptist Church. A fantastic event. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
With discussion,
Discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'm double checking, I don't remember reading it, but whether it's in the application or not, they usually ask to put signs up, so.
We did that
Okay.
last meeting. Yeah, that was done last
Okay,
meeting.
all right,
Signs,
I
it was
wanted to
kinda
make,
weird,
I
yeah.
wanted to make sure that it was in there, so we didn't have to come back and ask
Yeah,
again.
we approved that last
Okay,
time.
no problem.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Contract Louisiana Landfill New Year's Eve concert. That's for the band that we're gonna have on New Year's Eve. It was, I think it's 3,500. I worked with the daiquiri shop. They're willing to pay half of it. It's gonna be on Jeff Davis. I think it's gonna be a great event for the city. So can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a
Second.
motion, second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. This is the next one, the temporary trailer. Mr. Phillip and Ann, would you approach and state your name and address? And I'm so sorry, I live right around the corner from y'all,
Yes, sir.
and I've rode by there a couple of times. I hadn't been able to see y'all out there, but I'm really sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you. It's pretty much a mess. We moved to Long Beach in 2018. It's a wonderful place here. We bought this house. It was in disrepair. We put about 110,000 in it. We made it our home. It was absolutely gorgeous. And apparently, our cat knocked over a lamp, and that's what started it. We lost everything. We had our business and our home. We're brokers, so there wasn't a lot of machinery or anything like that. But we lost clothes, medications. We lost our boy, our cat. We lost everything. What we would like to do is put a camper or some sort of mobile home in the extra half a lot we have on the side of our house.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be a temporary circumstance because we're tearing the house down and we're going to rebuild it. So I'm making a pedestrian guess here, 6 months.
Okay.
If
I will
y'all
go
can see you,
ahead
say
and-
again?
I will go ahead, it's in my ward. We actually do have a ordinance that deals with it, and I'm gonna just make the motion to approve, for them to put a camper while they're building. And I think our ordinance says, it's renewable for periods of every 6 months, so.
And we will work with you.
I'll second
Yes.
Patrick's motion as
Got a
well.
motion,
Oh, thank you
second.
guys so
Discussion.
much.
Yeah.
Discussion. Patrick, do you want to amend your motion and give Mike the ability to extend, or do you want him to come back? If we're limiting,
Yeah, that's
limiting it, I mean, just
I get
give
it.
Mike the
Yes, that's fine.
authority to do
I will
that.
amend it to give Mike, discretion at the 6 months.
Thank you.
Thank you all, thank you all so much.
No,
Appreciate
thank
it.
y'all, and I hate that happened to you. It is a wonderful little neighborhood in there. and,
Yeah, it sure is. People are great. People have been wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Anything I can do from around the corner, let me know.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Next one is,
We already approved the
Yeah.
garden.
yeah, so number 5, resolution for Harrison County on the sand for Gateway. What this is down at the southern end of Courthouse Road where they're building a lagoon-like in there. They have a lot of extra sand. So I contacted Marlin Ladner to see if we're gonna have to have sand down there for the gateway because it's all washed away. And so anyway, Marlin said we could. We just had to pay for the trucks and the driver, but he'd give us the sand for free. So this is a resolution between us and Harrison County to
And-
have them deliver the sand.
And we can use that out of the contingency fund in that contract?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
can.
So it doesn't come,
in the contingency.
the important part is it's not coming out of our budget.
Right.
There you go. So
All right, so
I'll make that motion that we approve.
we got a motion.
Second.
Got a second, any discussion? Roll call?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. And And please thank Marlon Ladner for being so generous and helping us out. Next one is Main Street. Courtney?
Yes, as you'll see, there's a letter in your packet requesting for contributions for Main Street. We are trying to work towards becoming a designated community. The benefits with becoming a designated community are a lot larger than what we have currently. And in that, we have to go through steps, and one of the steps is providing them with a budget, making sure that we are able to fund the insurance, the dues for Main Street America, as well as Mississippi Main Street. We are doing other fundraisers and membership, but it is $10,000 that we're having to pay to become a Main Street member. And so we're asking for the city to kind of help. We are going to be getting grants with that. They'll be lobbying for different types of grants with the state. And so once we become designated, we will be one of the first people to get that funding. And as well as we're going to be doing economic development for the city, hoping to get new tax base for the city. So there's multiple returns in this investment.
So you're asking for $3,000.
Yes.
And I think if I read it correctly, they will in turn give us a grant for $20,000 for signage and things like that for the city.
Yeah, we'll get different benefits, and that's just one of them. With being a member of the Main Street with Mississippi, and it'll go directly to our businesses. It won't go through the city. It'll go to the businesses if they need new signage or if they want plants, just to beautify their business.
Is this a recurring, is it a?
Yes.
It's 10 grand a year?
Yes.
10 or 3,000?
Well, I think the total is 10.
10
Yeah,
total?
but I'm asking the city for 3.
Okay.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, we currently do 500, right?
Correct.
So it would be a net of 2,500.
2,500.
I'll make that motion.
Got a
Second.
motion, second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is,
7.
got discussion, tree board and economic development committee
And he added
Short-term rental.
and short-term rental.
Just with so many new members coming in, I think we should set up a work session so we can sit down with all the committees, all get on the same page moving forward, which direction we want to go. And, like I said, a lot of people sit up here don't even know everybody on the board, just so we can all come together and come up with a game plan.
So you wanted to have a work session with the tree board, economic development committee,
And
and short-term rental committee?
Correct.
I don't even think I know the people that are on short-term.
And
I
that's
was
one of the
told-
reasons I think we all need to come
I
together.
was
and-
told that the short-term rental committee was no longer active.
Yeah.
Okay, so either we have a committee or we don't.
I think we have one active member.
Okay.
But- and that's
a
why we need to
committee-
get together.
A committee of one.
That way, if we want to make more appointments, we can. We can sit down and discuss all that
Yeah, okay.
with them.
All right,
We
so
get the list of everybody who's actively on.
I had asked Angie to put
committees.
that list together, so I'll make sure she gets you a list of the tree board, the economic development committee, and the short-term rental,
Is
as
that
it
a-
stands today.
I think we only met, the short-term rental thing was like a one-time.
That was when we were amending the ordinance, but I think
Yeah,
it's
and
good
we-
to have.
yeah,
I think
right,
it's good to have,
We created
yes.
that board to advise on the new ordinances, so I think after that, it just kind of.
They just kind of fell apart. Yeah.
Right.
Have any dates open to suggestions?
Meeting night on a Tuesday, maybe.
Tuesday, we have the
He-
budget hearing, or adopting the budget. How about,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be next week. We can.
We can set up a work session after we close the meeting on the,
is that what y'all want to do?
Okay.
Work session? Okay.
and that'd be next Tuesday, so we'll have to get out the notices
Is that-
fairly quick.
Yeah, is that enough time to put out the notice?
Yeah, well, yeah. I
Yep.
think
For
For a work session, how much time in advance do we have?
Oh, to all of, yeah, we can make it happen.
All right, so
Okay.
we'll make that
Thank you.
happen. So we'll do that next Tuesday. I think we'll be here at 5 for the budget, to approve the budget, then immediately following that, we'll come out of that and start the work session on the other. All right, so do we need a motion? Let's do a motion for a work session on Tuesday, next Tuesday night.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next item is noise ordinance clarification for C3 area. Alderman Bonds.
Yeah, I've been reviewing this ordinance, and, I've got a little bit of information here based upon, this ordinance, it originally was 463A, goes back to 2014. It's significantly recently been updated in '23. I think there were a business or possibly businesses affected by that 2014 ruling. And I'm here tonight to, what they were rejected for was only non-amplified acoustic type music. Live music can only be played on a Saturday only. The time hasn't really changed since the update, but it's still 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. But the new ordinance states, or the updated ordinance states rather, that it doesn't designate that any date can be played. It can be Monday through Sunday, but also that you can play sound amplified equipment on any day from the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Which one's the newer ordinance?
The one I just read. It's ordinance 663. I have spoke with legal, and I've let Mr. Simpson look at it.
The current ordinance, 663, the Alderman's referring to, was approved in March of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, the 21st day of March of 2023. And it authorizes, previously there had been a particular complaint and issue with loud music at later hours of the evening, as I recall. It went all the way back to 2014 when it was a hotly debated issue that I think came before the board way back at that time, which resulted in an amendment to the ordinance. In '23, it was amended, and the most pertinent section provides that amplified music, as Greg discussed, is permitted between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. And then in the leisure and recreation district from 7 a.m. to 12 midnight. There is, notwithstanding that, there is an additional provision in the lease that says the playing or operation of sound equipment in such a manner or with such volume as to disturb the peace, quiet, comfort, or repose of persons in any dwelling, apartment, hotel, or other type of residence is prohibited. So in other words, the law enforcement, unfortunately, is still going to be tasked with kind of their own discretion once if a complaint is made by a citizen, to determine if the music and the noise is of such a volume that it is disturbing the quiet enjoyment of neighbors, and exercise that discretion. I would think that law enforcement would use that, prudently. I have no reason to think otherwise, and that their options would be to either cause someone to terminate the music or to at least turn the music down if they determined it was bordering on a nuisance. And if a property owner did not feel, that was sufficient, they would have the right to go file an affidavit and allow the court to adjudicate whether or not it was a nuisance or whether or not it was in compliance with the ordinance. But the current ordinance, as Alderman Bonds suggests, allows that type of entertainment between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. in C3 is what it was specifically referenced to me, in the commercial C3 district.
Right, and part of the, I certainly like to sleep at night as well, but one of the businesses I'm strictly talking about closes at 8 o'clock on any given night. Noise, certainly, there's nothing that is giving us any information on how loud is loud. To me, it's subjective. My loud might be different than your loud. I mean, the cops, Chief Seal and his staff will certainly have to make a judgment call on that in the event that that they go out there and complain. However, you can't complain, just to complain, because you don't want music at all. You know, they've been shut, this business has been shut down doing something at 12 noon. You know, with a somewhat of a jazz band. It's not crazy in my eyes.
Bottom line is, it is permitted by our current ordinance. It just has to be done responsibly and reasonably so as not to disturb the public peace unnecessarily. And as you suggested, that's going to be a judgment call on law enforcement most of the time, which is fine, given they have a lot of experience with noise complaints.
Really no action to be taken.
Mayor,
I just make a motion that.
There's not, well, I guess we should wait for the motion before the.
Something was already voted to, we're not just looking for, I'm not only looking for only non-amplified music. I'm not only looking for music that can only be played on Saturday. I'm looking for these C3 zone businesses to play music any day they want, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and to be able to use amplified music per the ordinance from the city of Long Beach. And that's the motion.
And you're saying.
And that's permissible under the ordinance, provided it is not at such a volume as to be determined a nuisance, and to abuse and to disturb the public's peace on adjoining properties, for example. That's where the complaint's obviously going to come from. So that's going to,
I guess the issue's
have to
going to
be
be that's,
responsible.
yeah, that's going to be subjected to whoever's complaining, I guess. There's no set decibel rate.
It can be. As you said, what's loud next to me might not be loud next to you, but that's going to be a judgment call that law enforcement.
And I have
will
reached
make.
out to a few citizens on, close to that business.
Hopefully, the business owners will act responsibly and.
I agree, and
Hopefully
they
the
have
neighbors
all,
are act cool.
and I have
And then
found
they-
no one that wasn't in support of this business being able to do this. However, I understand the concern, and that would be in Chief Seal's court. I guess you would be the subjective voice on what is
Is
too
there like a
loud and what's too
decimal
not.
rating?
The
or-
ordinance has no decimal level, and we don't have decimal. Right to sign an affidavit. Or have a show cause hearing.
Or a police officer can show up on the scene and use judgment.
Right.
And go ahead and have them shut it down.
Turn it down or shut it down.
Right.
Because to me, it does nothing to even get all the yeses, if we get them all tonight, if every time a certain business wants to do something from 12 to 2 on a Saturday, and then they got to shut down at 1 because there's already a complaint. There's got to be some sort of subjective decision made on ma'am or sir. I understand, but we don't really find this to be that, which is going to be to whoever's complaining. That's their opinion.
Sounded to me like Billy said, he alluded to an affidavit. If we make them jump through that hoop with regards to filing an affidavit, they may not be so quick if they know the police aren't going to shut them down upon arrival. And I'm certainly not opposed to Greg's support of this
For
ordinance.
clarification, it's always a citizen's right to file an affidavit alleging a violation of the noise ordinance. Now, if they choose to seek that relief after the police department has come out and made a determination that the business owner is exercising his entertainment rights within the time periods prescribed in the ordinance and is doing it reasonably, then it becomes a matter for the city court, the city judge to satisfy. But it's not necessarily dead on arrival. It's going to involve some discretion, and everyone's not going to agree. Business owners are not always going to act with responsibility, and neighbors are not always going to be as tolerant, and some of them are just going to have to be adjudicated in court if they can't agree to agree.
What's your motion, Greg?
So what's the
My
pleasure?
motion is to, this was something that passed in, April 15th or May, it was, May 6th of 2014, I guess is when it was finalized.
So is a motion required?
I'm sorry?
So is a motion required if an ordinance already exists?
That ordinance has been changed as a result
but
of
this
the
was-
March 2023 ordinance.
Agree, but this was what was, I guess, what they were bound to at the time.
Yeah.
Not since March of '23 when the ordinance changed.
Okay,
As of right
so-
now, I don't see where any action is required by the
But then
board.
just
The ordinance provides that it's
Business as
permissible.
usual.
Yeah.
Per ordinances of Long Beach.
And just be
Correct.
prepared if you have someone complain. It's going to be first the police officer's discretion, and I would hope that he would be fair, and I'm sure he will.
Anytime we go out and ask them to turn it down to this loud and have to go back and we sign the affidavit.
Right. Okay.
There's also times where we go out and it's not loud and you're not making the homeowner happy, no matter.
Right. And then just let it be known, they're in C3.
And at a certain point, a homeowner could be harassing a business too.
Well, that's true. Okay. So, I don't really know if
No
there's
action taken.
any
So no
action
action
taken.
taken, business as usual for any business in C3.
And it's no different than.
Or the updated
Daiquiri
ordinance.
shop playing music on Friday. Same thing. All right, no action taken. Moving along. Departmental business, mayor's office.
You got number 9.
Okay, last one, number 9. Committee selection of the engineering services RFQ.
This is a board that I've been on in the past, and I would like to continue. to be on
Anybody
the
else?
selection committee.
I'd like to do the same.
I would.
How many, what we need, 5? Recommend
How many
3.
you need?
Well,
Let's talk about who,
Aldermen.
usually we do 3 aldermen.
Okay.
the mayor.
Typically the mayor, and then was it, trying to remember what we did last time.
I think you just leave it at that.
All
Well,
right.
Yeah, good.
I think you add one more and have an odd number and it not being an alderman, you know,
I don't mind being on.
I think Joe would be good. He deals with our city engineer constantly, so
Absolutely.
be good for him to look at it.
so there you go.
So what's it?
You have
what's
3
the
aldermen.
We got,
Patrick, myself, and Pete.
and then myself and Joe.
You have those packets ready for y'all? These are all the submissions that you can take them with you.
You're on it all the time. You wanted to be the head cheese. You got it, bud.
All right, we got it. All right, so we'll get on that. You'll have them ready for us and we'll take it.
They're ready now.
All right, mayor's office.
Wait, Mayor, could we get a motion? I didn't get a motion to
I'll make
approve.
that motion.
Motion for the committee.
Yeah.
Second. We got a motion, second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Next one's the mayor's office, access control system for City Hall. We've got to have our system assessed. I think our secretary got locked in the office the other day because of the configuration. And I'm not ashamed. I got locked in there too over the weekend. So something's got to be done.
It wasn't
I
an
was up
issue
there
until you got
reviewing my
locked in.
packet and went to walk out, and I was locked in, couldn't get out, so I had to call somebody up there to grab my keys and walk around and let me out. So we've got issues. So I would like to have approval to move forward and do an assessment of
Motion.
our security
Yes.
system. We have a motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank y'all. And I was laughing at her too, because it was Angie, my secretary. I said, oh, yeah, right. How'd you get locked in the office? And I came up there on Sunday to get my packet and look through some things and went to walk out and I was locked up in there. So it does happen.
Keep snacks in there now for.
Yeah, right. All right, next one is personnel, police department. We got one resignation. Can you get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Police that wasn't police department, I'm sorry, that was a resignation in the police department. Fire department, we got 2 promotions. Get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion?
Discussion just in personnel as in general. I know you're doing exit interviews.
Yes.
I know it's a fine line, but will we get feedback on those as well?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
And so what I tried to do is I want to get the pulse of why people are leaving. try to make things better if there was a reason why they left. And I'll tell you, most of it's for better pay in other communities. But I'm really trying to understand why people are leaving, and is there something we can do better to keep more people here outside of a pay raise? Because we can't afford it right now. I see y'all shaking your head. So that's the main reason, but as I come across and I do these exit interviews, if I think there's something in there that is a negative, that other than just a pay issue, then I'll definitely share it.
Perfect, thank you.
With the Alderman.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next one is.
I think we have to vote on that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
Sorry.
opposed? Motion carries. City Clerk, Revenue Expense Report, July 2025. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Any comments from Fire Department? Comments from Police Department? No. Right along. Engineering, corrective action letters. Like to talk to that, David?
Absolutely. We've received letters from MDEQ about our MCWI/ARPA funding the ARPA money. We've had a couple of these, and one of them, in this case, we had two issues that they noted are unresolved. One is that the city should adopt procurement policies that match the grant funding requirements. It's my understanding that actually that document may be ready for you guys to review tonight. And I think that hopefully will satisfy on that issue. The other is just a notification that the city is supposed to provide on the day that we transmit bids to, or advertisements to a paper. We're supposed to notify the Mississippi Procurement Center. That's something that we've discovered throughout these grants, and now that is our standard policy. So we're already doing that. So it's really just an acknowledgement of these suggested corrective actions. If you guys are willing to adopt those procurement policies tonight, then we'll be able to transmit those to MDEQ to hopefully satisfy those concerns moving forward. And if y'all are willing to do this, then you should authorize the mayor to execute the acknowledgement of the subrecipient acknowledgement letter that's attached to each of these three documents. And then we'll continue to move forward with those reimbursement processes.
Okay. If I may, Mr. Mayor and board members, I provided you a copy of a resolution that I drafted adopting certain procurement policies that are consistent and in compliance with the Code of Federal Regulations sections which are identified in the action letters from the program administrator, Horn, as well as the Mississippi state laws on purchasing, and in addition to that, to the guidelines that are provided for that purpose from the state auditor's office. All of those sections are incorporated in this resolution to be adopted and made part of the city's policies with respect to Federal Emergency Management Agency, MEMA, FEMA, and other federal and state agencies rendering emergency relief. And that in particular is who these particular policies and procurement requirements apply. So that's what the resolution does. It's awful wordy with code sections and federal regulations, but that's what they want.
Need to do this to be reimbursed. So it's nothing the city did wrong, it's just extra.
On the resolution to be a roll
Extra
call.
requirements from the federal level that wasn't required at the state level. So these are things that we have to do to make sure we're in compliance with the FAR.
That's correct. With respect to grant applications, to administration of grants, disbursement of funds, reimbursement, purchasing, procurement, it includes both county purchasing laws and the federal FEMA and state MEMA regulations. So it covers the gambit. And I'd request that you vote on a resolution that will require a roll call.
I'll make a motion to proceed with the resolution as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Thanks. We got a 2025 paving plan. We have asked our engineer to put together a list of all roads in priority using multiple different factors to determine which ones and what priority need to be completed. I think you have.
Yes, sir.
Don't know if it's pretty self-explanatory as far as, all the roads are listed in priority fashion. And, so what we would like to do as a city is to follow this priority list when paving. It's not to say we are 100% behind, 100% tied to this priority list. Other things come up. We have to do drainage projects or whatever on those particular roads, which may move some roads up higher than others. But I think it's a great job. It gives us something, a roadmap to go by. And we need a motion to accept this, or just information only. Any discussion or questions?
Yes, I have a couple of points to make, Mayor. The first point is, based on my experiences in the last 20 years of my postal career as being the postmaster here, we never accept that, to my knowledge, the city is not responsible for Dorothy Lane. My understanding is that's a private road. We didn't service it. We didn't allow mailboxes to go down that street, and all those boxes are up on Klondike Road. I do not feel it's the city's responsibility to pave Dorothy Lane. I talked to David Ball about that, and I believe he concurs with that assessment, though I don't know if that's 100% true.
Well, I think on the surface, I concur. There's a lot of question about Dorothy. I actually mentioned that in the letter, that Dorothy is a road that, before you go and pave it, you're definitely, if you insist on paving it, you should research it first to make sure it's actually city right-of-way. It's one of those that it might appear to be right-of-way on the surface, and that's why we went ahead and surveyed it. There's enough question about it to think carefully before you go do it, though.
And that's $30,000 that may not be our responsibility. So,
And there is a process that if they want to make it a public street, that they can go through to apply to turn it over to the city.
Right after they pave it, right?
Yeah, and the other comment, Mayor, if you would allow me, the previous administration also talked with David Ball about this, addressed Townsend Flurry Road. If you remove Dorothy Lane due to the fact that it's not ours, it actually falls at number 5 on the list. It's the cheapest investment we would have to make, and the reason the previous administration approved the paving of Townsend Flurry Road, we had some complaints revolving medical people who were having medical issues, that the road was so bad when they traversed it. I did speak with, excuse me, I did speak with Linda Bundabergy personally, and she told me that everyone on that street has concurred with giving up the easement, with the exception of the Flurry family, who she just hasn't contacted, but she says will approve any easement that we have to. So I would ask the board if we can move forward with Townsend Flurry as well, as a priority.
If I could, on specific to Townsend Flurry, I think one of the next steps is going to be for the city to, that's another one of those cases where that right-of-way is not clearly in the city's hands yet. And so the people desire it, they're willing to give it, but I think in order for that to happen, we will need documents created that legally transfer a legally described parcel of land from their ownership into the city's hands. We may have to hire a surveyor to do that and get those legal documents prepared. We may be able to do it in-house. It's up in the air, so if it's okay, I could come back at a future meeting describing what the next steps are. Ultimately, I certainly would also rely on the city attorney, if at all possible, to help prepare what those transferred documents need to say.
Mr. Mayor, with that being said, I'll make a motion that we set a budget of $1.1 million for David and Joe to get together and make a paving plan, for the best bang for our buck during the next quote-unquote paving season. I don't know if we still have time before the end of the year.
I think that's what this is, huh?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, in the past, we have set aside the amount of money.
Gotcha.
And looking at our matches for sidewalk programs, The intersections, Jeff Davison Railroad, Klondike and Pineville. After that, we have $1 million left over in the fund.
Is
that
that
we
the tax diversion?
Yes,
internet
yeah,
service?
and that's specifically out of the tax diversion fund.
Remind me, when do we get those? July?
July and January of every year, and we get just under $1 million. I'm looking at it here. This year, we got $937,000 total in both payments.
Is railroad on there, on that? Because we're gonna do railroad once we finish that.
We've already approved that.
Yeah, I know, I was wondering if it's in this,
I don't see it.
taken out of that million or not.
1 second.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if we could maybe get an exact accounting of
I
what we have.
asked Keeney to send it to me. I'll send it to the board.
Thank you.
That East Railroad's fixed.
Hang on,
It's
let's
getting
see.
close to being, ready for paving, so we're
Match
just
for
gonna make sure that
projects.
that's.
Well, and then these are
Falls in
just,
budget numbers.
but there is another, there is, sorry, doing simple math here, 1.6. There is over $2 million in earmarked money out there as well that it's earmarked, but when we use it, could be down the road. For example, Jeff Davison Railroad is on there. Klondike and Pineville is on there. Klondike and Commission intersection, Klondike and 28th. These are all monies that we've earmarked, so we would not overspend by using that.
Okay. All right, well, I'll work with, the board,
Just-
at the pleasure of the
yeah.
board, I'll work with Dave, and we'll come up with a list, where we wanna go forward.
And those requirements, David, if you would, for whatever we need to proceed with those easements.
Townsend
with
Flurry.
the mayor.
Yeah, because if those two roads are not city roads, then we can't pave them.
I
wanna make sure that Townsend
think Dorothy is a
Flurry
private drive,
and
to be
Dorothy,
honest.
if they're not public roads for,
Hang on
under
one second.
our responsibility, then we won't pave them.
I have a simple question. In a situation like Townsend Flurry and negative, but I'm not sure the distance from the hydrant out there on Daughtery Road to the back of end of Townsend Flurry is 500 feet. And my question is the city, because there's not a developer involved or anything like that, is the city gonna take on, they gather these easements, are they gonna take on putting water with fire protection back there, or is that gonna be?
I mean, it's a good question. I just don't think we have enough data
Right.
on that. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure all that out first.
And I get where you're coming from.
Would
'cause
that require
put-
one,
That
Griff?
puts us as fully
One?
developing a road.
Yeah.
One
And we're
hydrant?
not in the development business.
Right.
500 feet,
One hydrant, one more hydrant.
every 500 feet.
Yeah. Well, let's do our homework on that one and make sure, as well as the other one that you mentioned. Townsend Flurry and.
One hydrant.
I think Dorothy Lane, if it is not a dedicated road and it's private, they would be subjected to do that themselves.
That's right. Okay. So let's just
Didn't want the city getting in a bind on this.
scrub the list on those, if in fact they're not part of the city responsibility. We'll take those out.
And I mean, I'm guessing that any road would have to be voted on by the board when
Yeah,
we
we'll bring,
decide.
yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because like, I know in Ward 4, we can go by this plan all day long, but some of the roads have broken down a lot worse than the others since the big studies were done. I mean, I have one road that we went and did projects all around it, and it destroyed that road. It's graded as a pretty good road, but in reality, it's in horrible shape.
All right. I don't think there's really any action to be taken on that. Let's see, so now we've got,
Public Works, 7.
If I could I offer one more thing on a separate note? We met with the developer of the Magnolia Run subdivision.
Hold on a second.
My apologies.
Mayor, could we get a second on the paving? We got a first from
Oh,
Alderman
second?
Frazier.
Second.
Alderman
More
McCaffrey.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Go ahead, Dave.
Sorry about that. We met, Public Works and the engineering, we met with the developer in the mayor's office today for the Magnolia Run subdivision, which is that subdivision there on Pineville Road, between Pineville and Patton Road. And some time ago, during the previous administration, the city had intended on and agreed to fund roughly $140,000 in using city funds to construct some drainage improvements downstream of that subdivision. But then the subdivision proposed some changes to how their drainage system was going to be constructed, and those drainage improvements that were going to be constructed by the city are now no longer necessary to make this subdivision continue to be functional. And based on our conversations today, it seems like that the city should or may want to consider, ceasing and desisting, so to speak, on those off-site improvements. And if so, if you do want to do that, then we're still in the process, by the way, of reviewing the final revisions to those plans, but subject to satisfying all of our concerns on the actual subdivision plans, and assuming you guys want to cease effort on those off-site drainage improvements that you were going to spend your funds on, then we would probably want to allow the developer to move forward once he's satisfied the plans and not hold him up for any of these off-site improvements later. In other words, don't say, hey, you've built your subdivision and now we want you to come back and do some other off-site improvement. Get what we're going to get based on the subdivision now and not hold them up later from being allowed to final plat their subdivision. If that makes sense, it's kind of a convoluted conversation. The other item is that there have been some funds, and there's no known amount on this yet. We guess it's probably small, because of the process that the city agreed to use to do these off-site improvements. There have been some funds expended by the contractor. We don't yet know what that is, but I think there is a contract between the city and JLB for minor services, and that was the contract structure that was used, and they have done some effort, coordination, potholing, some administrative effort, and I think that the city should consider paying those. So we don't know what the butcher's bill on that is yet, but if you want to cease the off-site improvements, recognize that you will probably end up having to pay some of that.
What you're suggesting is pay what we owe and then get out of the rest?
Yes, sir.
Simplest term?
Well said. Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And we'll be back with that, what has been expended to date. And I appreciate you working and Joe working with me and the developers to come to this conclusion. It's probably going to save the city about $140,000. So I feel comfortable moving forward. We've done a lot of work on our canals. That canal is going to alleviate a lot of the flooding that we've had in the past, and I think that, along with the new design, will make this no longer needed. So appreciate y'all's help. All right, next item is Public Works. Joe?
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Recreation.
Yeah, we've been discussing the air condition. We had.
At the rec center.
Infra come out today. They are a Long Beach company in the industrial park. Because when I walked in this morning, the gym was not producing any air at all. Air condition had quit. So we did an emergency run on it. He got us back to the 20 tons. He's got 40 tons running right now. But I need emergency, if I can, to have the technician continue to see if we can figure out where the leak is.
I think in summary, we had discussed this at the last meeting, totally replacing versus actually getting in and making sure that it needs to be replaced. I think this is good news.
Both technicians were 80% sure that it is not a total installation.
So I think thanks to the board, we made a good call last time on stopping the replacement of this system, so.
Looks like we got a lot of problems with our inverters, not allowing air to flow into the unit.
That's
It's
where,
actually blocking the airflow from coming into the unit,
I need
Outdoor
a
air?
motion tonight.
or air and indoor.
If I'm hearing you right, we need a motion tonight to fully evaluate the system, to find where the issues are, where it's leaking freon, and we're feeling pretty confident that that could be fixed.
So moved.
Almost positive it's not the coils.
All right, can I have a motion? We got a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
This AC's.
Yeah, this one, we got one going out here. You know, for your first day, that was a pretty good, you probably just saved us a lot of money.
You can make them do the new hire.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well,
Next.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries.
Yeah, do it again.
All right, and then I think, as y'all are aware, it's a little warm in here now, so we may have some issues here in this building. Remember, all these buildings were pretty much did back in, they're about, right after Katrina, we had these facilities built, so they're running on 15 years, 16 years, so we're gonna start to have those issues. So we're having it here, and hopefully it's nothing major. We can fix this. All right, next one is building office, ADA compliant ordinance. Mike?
I got a letter from MDOT, and I looked at the ordinance. They want to know all the new board members, and plus the ordinance they're issuing, or they want us to adopt as an ordinance. I just wanted y'all to send it to legal because it's a lot longer than what we currently have, from what I can tell. I just want to make sure what we're doing is correct.
So you're just asking our
In compliance with the city, yes.
city attorney to review, and then we'll take it back up at the next.
Our current ordinance was adopted in April of 2015. Just a quick review of it. Looks as that most of the information is included, but I would like to compare what they submitted and make a recommendation if we need to amend it. And I can do that by the next meeting.
Okay, I have a motion to authorize the attorney to review this ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is, anything else, Mike?
No, sir. Everything else is good.
Municipal court, anybody here from municipal court? I think we're going good there. Harbor, anybody here from the harbor? This in the harbor, we're gonna start seeing some, positive movement down there. I think, September 8th, the cement pilings are supposed to be starting to be delivered. So we've been kind of on a holding state, waiting for the, cement piles to be, produced so we can use them down in the harbor. So hopefully we're gonna see, keep your fingers crossed, we're gonna see some movement down there, rather soon. So, all right, next one is community affairs. Courtney?
We have Long Beach Live this Friday, so we have a weekend packed. We have the bike ride, first Thursday, bike ride Thursday, Friday, Long Beach Live, and then Saturday is yoga in the park. So it's a lot going on this weekend.
Good weekend. Good deal. Thank you, Courtney. Derelict properties, do we have any to discuss? I will say that, thanks to Jesse, we put a good crew together over the weekend, and we had this house that, I think the lady had passed away, and it was very overgrown. We had about 24 people.
22 total.
22 total to show up, and we went to work, and I see a couple of people out there that was there, and I appreciate y'all's help. And I think Jesse had a great idea that, you know, maybe we'll do this, and it's for the people who can't afford it, or something like this, a tragedy has happened.
We've got widows, we've got disabled veterans, we've got the elderly, we've got people that are not necessarily in a position physically to fulfill the needs and requirements that we put forth. So I think it's a good community thing to step out there and say, hey, you know, if you can't help yourself, we're willing to help you.
Yep. I think it's a great initiative, and count me in going forward.
We did in 3 hours, what I didn't think we'd get done in a week. It was amazing the
good.
turnout we had.
Not anybody can get it, but it's, if you absolutely need it, like you
Yeah,
said, Jesse.
yeah, you have to meet certain criteria. It's not just because you don't want to cut your
We're here
grass.
to help.
I was
And-
trying to get your
I
grass
mean,
done for you.
every meeting, we're having hearings on blighted property. Promise you, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're gonna clean this city up. We're working on it, so one yard at a time. All right, and thanks for that, for the effort. everybody put forth. All right, we have a report from the city attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A little over a week ago, I sent out to the mayor and the Board of Aldermen the revised proposed lease that has been submitted to us by Long Beach Harbor Resorts with the amendments that the board members and the administration made by agreement in our previous executive session. That's been provided to each of you for an opportunity to look over and see if any further amendment or revision needs to be made, and if not, if it includes all that we talked about, then to authorize me to transmit it to representative for Long Beach Harbor Resorts.
All right,
Say, I've looked over it all. I think all the changes are in there, so I'll make a motion to have you send it to Long Beach Harbor Resorts.
we got a
Second.
motion?
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item is adjourn. Can I get a motion? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I didn't want either one of them to jump on you now.
I'm just making sure y'all were paying attention.
Right.
Can I get a motion to recess this meeting until Tuesday night when we'll adopt the budget
Motion.
for the city?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now can I get a motion to adjourn?
No, that was it. That was it.